What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. George Floyd, may he finally rest in peace. I'm happy that his family has finally got the justice that they was looking for. Officer George Chauvin was found guilty on all 3 counts. Second-degree murder, second-degree manslaughter, and third-degree manslaughter. Now, his sentencing will take place in approximately 8 weeks, maybe a little over 8 weeks. His sentencing will take place, and we will find out how long he will serve his time for the murder of George Floyd. You know, when they went into deliberations yesterday, I think it was Monday, they went into deliberations. They had closing arguments and they went into deliberations Monday. And I was on the phone with a friend and I was talking with her. I was like, this was yesterday. She was like, man, what's taking so long? What's taking so long? You know, it's a lot of shenanigans going on. It shouldn't take this long. This is an open and shut case. And I told her, I said, look, they might just be trying to figure out what to find him guilty on. He's guilty, but they're going to find him guilty on all 3 counts, or will he be found guilty on one of the 3 counts, or maybe 2 of the 3 counts? I think they probably trying to sort that all out. I think they've all come to a conclusion that he's been found guilty. It's an open and shut case. It's black and white. The video speaks for itself. And I thought that might have been was maybe holding it up a little bit. It wasn't like it was going on weeks. They had just started deliberating Monday, and here it was Tuesday, and they still hadn't came to a verdict. But they hadn't been deliberating for no more than 10 hours. So I was thinking that they probably was trying to decide on which count he would be found guilty on. But it turned out that he was found guilty on all 3 counts. It was a unanimous verdict, and justice was finally served. Now, a lot of people were very happy, very, happy about the verdict. And I'm just in a mind frame of we finally getting our just due. Finally. I'm more of a like, yeah, okay. There's something that should have been done a long time ago. You've had a lot of people had their life taken at the hands of policemen and haven't got justice. Their families have not got justice. Now, we could talk about Tamir Rice, who was in a Cleveland, Ohio park, and a neighbor saw him allegedly having a gun in his possession. And 2 policemen in a police car rolled up on him. And I almost didn't even get the car in park good before they jumped out the car and started busting and shot and killed him on sight. Tamir Rice's mother is our advocate right now. She's been doing a lot of good things on his behalf. But the thing that I want to see her get her just due, his family get their just due, and justice be served. But those officers were not held accountable for their actions. You want to talk about Sandra Bland, who was on a Texas road. And she and the officer were going back and forth arguing as he stopped her on a minor traffic violations. And he had enough of going back and forth with her, and he took her down to a Texas jail cell close to Prairie View. And she wound up hung in a jail cell. She should have never been there in the first place. That police officer should be held accountable, because he could have wrote that ticket up and sent her on her way. And she could still she would probably be alive today. You want to talk about Michael Brown laying dead on a Missouri street. Cop shot him. He was unarmed. He lost his life. And that cop was not held accountable for his actions. Michael Brown family did not get the justice that they should have had. They did not get justice. You want to talk about Eric Garner, the pioneer of the I Can't Breathe hashtag. And he was choked out when a over-aggressive cop jumped on his back and put a chokehold on him and choked him out and took his life. And the Eric Garner family didn't get the justice that they deserved, as that officer was not held accountable for his actions. So today is a day that you could just say, I'm not just happy, I'm not excited, I'm just like, finally. When you're being held accountable for your actions, and right is being preserved, and wrong is being convicted, after all these different examples that I just gave you, that justice was not served, it's just something that's been overdue. And you just I say to myself, I'm more of not excited, not happy, but just like, this is finally getting our just due. You know, and hopefully this is the first step in many steps that we need to overhaul the criminal justice system. It needs to be transformed. I'm not talking about defunding no police. No, I'm just saying making the police departments more accountable, making them make them better serve their community. And we can do that. First thing that Congress needs to do is pass the George Floyd bill that was sitting on the table, sitting in Mitch McConnell's office, that he refused to put up a vote when the George Floyd incident was still fresh in people's minds, fresh in people's memories. And it's still fresh in people's minds as of today. But the Congress had a chance to pass a bill, but he didn't want to do that. He thought it was a bill that would basically be an anti-police bill, and he didn't want to be a part of that. But it wasn't an anti-police bill. It was a improve and renovate and overhaul the police department so they can serve their communities better bill. So hopefully now that the Democrats have the control of the Senate and the House, they can pass that George Floyd bill. And that could be another step to getting social justice reform. Let me know what you think about social justice reform and what steps that need to be taken. You know, I think all cops need to be having a camera on them. I think the chokehold need to be outlawed. I think the guns and the tasers need to be made different. Don't make them the same, basically the same size, even though they're different in weights. Make them different. That's some of the things that I propose that they need to do to help make the social justice reform take place and hold police departments all across this country accountable for their actions. Let me know your thoughts about the George Floyd finally getting justice. Let me know your thoughts about what else we need to do to make the police department serve our community better. Let me know your thoughts. And hit the like button if you like the content of this video. And subscribe to JBsports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.